Well, that was fucking annoying. God, a lot of arrogant people here. Now, Kevin, if you're thinking this is just gonna be a bunch of jokes about you being short and annoying, that's true. We will be doing that. But we're also gonna be talking about how you're a shitty comedian, a star fucker, and an absentee father. You're a whore, Kevin. Speaking of whores, hey, Chelsea. If you guys upgrade your account from standard to premium, Chelsea turns into a male comedian. My buddy Big Jay Okerson is here. Give it up for Jay. Jay's the only guy in the Epstein files for actual pizza. Big Jay gets a new manicure every week because apparently fat girl pussy juice dissolves nail polish. What do you mean, Jesus? Oh, this is gonna go so bad. I know what's gonna happen. I know how bad this is. All right, fuck it. My friend Tony Hinchcliffe is here. Give it up for Tony. Tony Hinchcliffe looks like he burns things in his living room and waits for the firefighters to come rescue him. Tony, if he wanted to roast Kevin Hart, he got so excited he spit all the cum out of his mouth. Tony Hinchcliffe is the only guy that goes to Trump rallies just so he can dance to the Village People. Cheryl's husband killed himself. Apparently black does crack if it's married to Cheryl and jumps off a fucking roof. I do it for the balcony. I do it for the upper decks. Fuck all these people down here. Pete Davidson's here. Give it up for Pete. Pete Davidson, a.k.a. Wigger Dracula. I want to suck at comedy. Just having fun, a little fun, dude. Pete recently got all of his tattoos removed, so now you actually have to talk to him to find out he's a complete fucking idiot. And speaking of black men who once made an impact years ago, Kevin Hart. Here's a fun fact about Kevin. Kevin has a 44-inch vertical leap, and I know that because he can kiss his wife on the lips. Being 5'1" sucks, but at least you can tell him apart from all the other blacks. When you see Kevin stand next to all his normal-sized black friends, he looks like the period at the end of a sentence. To really understand Kevin's origins, you have to go back to the beginning. Kevin's ancestors came to America in a slave ship in a bottle. He grew up in Philadelphia, where his mother worked at the University of Pennsylvania, and his father was one of the California Raisins. I'm just joking around. He wasn't raising anybody. Kevin's dad wasn't there for him because he was addicted to cocaine, which is a lot more respectable than not being there for your kids because you're filming fucking Jumanji 3. That's pathetic. A lot of people say Kevin's movies are formulaic. Yeah. Baby formula. And every time you put one of Kevin's movies on, you say to yourself, I see where this is staying. Now, he wasn't always a movie star. He's had a few setbacks. Kevin got a DUI. Isn't that funny? Just a little tiny DUI, his feet barely reaching the pedals. It's a cute DUI. Things got worse for Kevin only a few years later when he got fired from the Oscars for homophobia. They found an old tweet of his where he said if his son was gay, he would break a dollhouse over his head. I know, that's crazy. He used to be funny. How about that? That was really funny. That was so long ago. After he got fired for being homophobic, he went on an apology tour. We had to go around and do interviews and shit. And in one of the interviews, he said, "I'm in love with the man I'm becoming." Gay? Fucking homo, dude. I'm gonna break a dollhouse over his head after that fucking shit. I guess one of the reasons no one can afford a house in America these days is because Kevin keeps breaking them over his son's fucking head. Kevin performed at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, sponsored by the Saudi government. They offered me a ton of money to do it, but I said no. Kevin said yes. The reason I said no was to honor the brave police officers and firefighters who lost their lives that day. Right, Pete? Kevin actually did really well in Saudi Arabia, but only because they thought he was the monkey from Aladdin. Kevin's so short that they're gonna have to lynch him from a bonsai tree. That was 3 weeks of deliberation on that joke. Look, I understand how serious the word lynch is, but bonsai is so funny. Anyway, you're the fucking man, and I'm happy to be here, and I genuinely love you, and seriously, you're a once-in-a-lifetime talent, and unfortunately, that lifetime is ours. Let's get this fucking show started.